What's up guys, Nolan here, and today we're breaking down the spawns on the customs location to help you decide what you should do after spawning much quicker. There's going to be 3 decisions for each spawn, and that's flight, fight, or rat. Flight means you should move somewhere else as soon as possible. Fight means get ready to ambush somebody or get ambushed yourself, and rat means there's some juicy loot nearby. Keep in mind what the date is for this video, as they will be making changes to customs soon, and this was made before those changes. However, I doubt it will significantly change the info I'll be giving. We're not going to speak to specific spawns themselves because it will differ depending on how many people you're with and how many people are going to be in the map. I'll assume that you'll be solo, however, and I'll also assume the max number of players on the map. First, we'll look at what I see as the most dangerous spawn on the map, and that's Old Gas Station. Your flight options are limited because no matter what, you'll probably run into somebody that will have a better situation than you. The safest is to run for the jump spot and get out that way. If you can't make the jump, then hopefully you have a factory key for the shortcut. For fight, you can wait for somebody to use the jump spot at the fence or hang out around the shortcut to see if somebody goes train bridge or the choke point gate. The rat choice would be to check inside the warehouses for weapons boxes, a jacket, and loose loot. There's also a stash around the corner. You can also rat the old gas station as well as the med bag in the back along with a possible rare spawn. Just be careful coming back because somebody who did the fence jump might be waiting for you. Southeast corner's flight options would be to find the closest wall and stick to it. You also are likely to run into somebody with a better position than you, but you can decide whether to move to the northeast and wrap around to either substation or gas station or southwest to old gas station. The fight isn't too viable as everybody will be most likely moving away from you until the end of the raid at least, when they'll want to use the ZB011 exit. The rat option is very viable here as you have a couple weapons boxes up in the tall warehouse and various loot spread around both large buildings there. There's also 3 hidden stashes, 2 of which should be very easy to get to. For the northeast spawn, you can flight to wherever really, but you're pretty far from anything of use. The fight options are very viable as you will have the high ground on anybody who wants to move north from the southeast spawn. You can also move towards substation and camp the hill there for great shots on the whole shipping area to the south. The rat option is okay. You have an easy hidden cache at the dumpster along with 2 more up towards substation as well as several weapons crates up there. Be careful of people sniping from the rocks to the opposite ridgeline though. Speaking of that ridgeline, we have the northern spawn, which I suggest that you immediately turn to your right and head to dorms because you are the closest person to them in this spawn. The fight option is to hold there and glass the opposite ridge, as you'll have great shots at people moving down the hill towards you or looting substation. The rat option is the single hidden cache behind you at the start, but then immediately take off to customs. Now for the western half of the map. We have the northwest spawn being the closest western spawn to dorms, and I suggest that you flight right to those. Alternatively, you can head to construction to get a solid position for an ambush and fight. If you want to fight quicker, then you can hold the bridge and watch for people crossing the land bridges. You can also get some solid positions on people around the customs building area as well. The rat option is to just run for dorms. The southeast spawn of the western part of the map is interesting because you can flight to the construction area and possibly catch the other dorms rats while you're at it. You will also find some scavs along the way. Just don't wait too long as people will be coming up behind you soon. Fight options are very similar to the northern spawn as you can either wait where you are and almost immediately see players to the west, or you can cross the land bridge and ambush them there. The rat option is the 2 hidden caches and the loose loot around the Welcome to Tarkov truck and RUAF exit. Again, don't wait too long because players will be coming through there soon. The southwestern spawn is very difficult if you have players that spawn to the east around Trailer Park. If you are solo and spawn trailers, you will probably have somebody a stone's throw away to the east or west. Be careful around the train and down the road to the west. If you spawn in the corner, you will be just that actually, in a corner. So either direction you will move, you will run into players pretty quick unless they took off a random direction. The flight options for the trailers is to jump over or run through to trains, then down to the land bridge and across. The corner isn't too viable for flight as you will run into people quickly. The fight option for trailer is to ambush people coming from storage and the corner. You can also pretty quickly get to the customs building and fight there if you wanted. The fight option for the corner is easy. Just choose a direction and you'll run into people. Keep an eye out for people in the trailers because you can usually catch them sleeping and not looking your way. The rat option is to hit the stacked trailers, the blue shack near Big Red itself, or even storage. You will find players pretty much everywhere. This is a tight spawn area, guys. The northwestern spawn's flight options are only to the east, and maybe you'll get lucky getting to dorms. The fight option is the same as the south, as you can either cut to the bridge and ambush people, or move into customs or storage for guaranteed fights. The rat options are the boxes around crossroads exit, but be careful of people to the south. You should be the closest to big red if you wanted to get in there. You can also hit the med case and cabinet in the northern blue shack. Storage will have assorted loot around as well. So that's it, guys. Hopefully this will help you make your decisions quicker once you spawn in on customs, as every second counts when in raid. Especially with the wipe coming up, you'll want to take full advantage. If you want to learn anything about Escape from Tarkov or its development, then you can check out my playlist for it here. If you like this video, then you know the drill. I really appreciate the people who do. Otherwise, I hope you at least learned something, and I also hope you have a nice day. See you guys.